That's absolutely false.
No, but because the point, look, and actually this is America's fault, I do think, to a small degree, is we spend an awful lot of time trying to improve countries across the globe and not enough paying attention to Latin America. This is a problem because the Mexican government is dysfunctional and its leaders steal the money and leave and have houses in Switzerland. So why don't you and people like you and me too put pressure on the Mexican government to serve its own people, and then maybe they wouldn't have to send 11 million people here to send money
I do
home.
agree with you. I do agree with you on that. I've been criticizing the Mexican government for corruption more than, and I've said this government with Enrique Peña Nieto, more than 100,000 people would have been killed just in this government. So that's something that we cannot stand. And what I'm noticing right now is by having Donald Trump criticizing Mexico and Mexicans, now it seems that he's helping the most anti-Trump candidate to go ahead in the next elections that we're going to have on July the 1st.
Elections that I think you're voting in, by the way, since you're a dual citizen.
I am.
But can we disagree on this point?
Sure.
That a country that exterminated its black population, that is run exclusively by white people, that had a caste system based on blood until pretty recently, probably shouldn't be calling us racist. Can we let's take that out of the equation. This is an economic argument about who benefits from migration. It's not really about race.
I don't think so. No, Tucker. I think we should criticize both countries. If there's discrimination in Mexico, and there's a lot of discrimination, we have to say that. But when we have a president like President Trump, who's made racist statements, who clearly wants to make America white again by bringing.
Come on. This is, look.
When he said when he said that he wants to bring immigrants from Norway and not from Haiti and from Africa, don't you think that's a racist statement from the White House?
Literally,
so
something
we have to
like
criticize that.
85% of our immigrants are non-white. It's not a question of white or non-white. It's a question of whether Mexico gets to use the United States as its welfare system. By the way, there were two black Mexicans just deported from Mexico because they were black to countries they'd never been to. That's what it's like to be African American in Mexico. Good luck with that. So let's just stop with the race stuff.
There's a lot of racism in Mexico. There's a lot of racism in Mexico, but immigration is simply a matter of supply and demand, and we have to understand it's an economic phenomenon.
I agree. I totally agree with that. So let's drop the moral cudgel of race so we can have a rational adult conversation about this rather than muddying it with this college student nonsense about identity politics. That would be my hope. Hey, thank you very much, Jorge. I appreciate your coming on.
Thank you, Tucker.
We've got another alert for you. Special Counsel Robert